Hart. Mr. Hart, good morning.
Na no pay ebi aboko.
Bibi aboko na me gidi se so ho ye.
Oh, but the other room bibia e kama. Ade achi ya won kwan de de asidare manyame.
Ye de nyame ase. And about why you be see starting commono from the Blasters light. And how significant are and in the history of this FA and in the history of Ghana football. Now, yes, starting to say, is it one of the most to a waffle tournament? Any Nyaye and coach Karim Zito, any this current under 20 squad no?
Oh, I ala message mo watching you. To answer your question, you know, like I say yes. Yeah. One of the most difficult times I mean who say team go through in putting materials together and our players together for a major tournament. And Pempi, you know, say under 20 as someone. Even though you call 1993 eco winning medal in Australia, no? They are the Padodona Takan was 2009 team one. Yeah, they winning Wafu, they winning Africa, they say winning World Cup. No? What team we are in the first place? The whole of last year there was no campaign because not previous under 2019 qualify for 2017 AFCON. You know, I said yeah told me JJ Abanda, and then on the back of number 12 normalization, and October last year, election, elected new members to run the FA. You know, the whole of 2019, there was not even a single call-up, say players and camp. Now, Coach Zito, or make an appeal to the national teams department, Alex Asante down, no say, up 7 scouts, first of all, our juvenile leagues, and then also Division 1, Division 2, and Premier League. And you know, I'm report, you know, the be dying, you know. And no, just around the time we are Sanka, camp now on starting NCV players, you know, and COVID by that was around February. Into when your opportunity cry and share players, you know, until 3 months ago. Now, even 3 months ago, we had conditions, situations are a Koba said there was a team no go through because now he had a list already made in it, you know. Now it was said, oh yeah, no 10 into where yeah 3 different batches. First batch 70 players, second batch 70, another batch 70. Before I started kicking and now playing, you know, I was all COVID or isolated results, we are positive. I was all away and all that. Honestly speaking, team we are Benin this year. A team be me se me hwɛ sɛ ɔmo bɔ ball na me hwɛ hunger ne desire na ɔmo de bɔ no na me de compare ɔyawo ne apinisi a technical team no go through in putting this team together. Me hu sɛ ɔmo abɔ ɔmo ho de yie paa. Let's not forget that there was not even one high profile friendly match for the team, not even one. And the normal circumstance, Okobo, a major tournament. Obetumine be a Togo abo, Obetumine be a Benin abo to test your strength against another team or that level. But all the friendly matches they played were against first division, second division, then I think 2 against Karela, Asante, and some Omoko tournament. We see this as a major milestone. First of all, to qualify for Africa, since 2015. And then secondly, at least we have an opportunity to win a trophy. Adea, ABC, ACA, Ache. Since 2009, the U17 team has never come close to winning a title. 2015, you did third, Senegal, and you recall World Cup. And Mali 4 year free quarter final. It's a major milestone. Coaches in a Mantiano in the midst of the difficulties.
Harry, amidst these difficulties, as the spokesperson of the FA, Sir Otis said there are commentaries going around about the collapse to this under 20 team. Now people even subjecting it to say, oh, there are a lot of Dreams FC, there are a lot of people who are close to the FA president, a players in the squad. What is your reaction to those who hold those kind of assertions?
Well, Ayala, all you can do is to make an objective analysis of the situation. In the first place, before Ansana Urake Tukraku ever president of the FA, Dreams FC players were earning collapse. In Kenya, at that time, he wasn't the president, but his players were earning collapse. From Baba Rahman's days to Leonardo Ushu's days to Abdul Bashir's days, and the list is endless. It goes on and on and on and on. It's Enya de Fufo. Again, the player no emeriti collapse. For me, it has nothing to do with Bebia or Freeba. Because every player, one way or the other, will be attached to a club. Then come in 2010, Bob Bradley was the coach of the USA. His son, Michael Bradley, was in the US national team. Now, was it based on merit? And it was based on a genuine relationship with Nebano. It didn't make a tournament. And if you do a critical analysis, the boy was good at the time. And he deserved that opportunity that dad gave him. There are many instances, and there are so many examples that I can give. Team for a tournament. Ayala, I don't want to believe that if me, my brother, in Nimbo Boa, Meshani Jesse, say Onkobo Emma Oman. Let's not forget that Obieniwa or de Sebi, Papa Shia Kwadi, Edoka Kujina Agopamaso say Onkobo Bo, knowing very well say Nipano in Nimbo. Because if this team and you will know what we are, it will be a plus. It will be credit given to the FA. It will be credit given to the technical team and the players who went to represent the nation. Look, maybe I say, coach requested for 7 scouts, almost scouts all over the country. On my report, how the Bray national team department, and you didn't saw a call up. It had nothing to do with player A being favored or player B being favored because of the affiliation with either a president of the FA or management committee chairman, management committee vice chairman, whatsoever. It was based on Nipano performance on the pitch. There were players who were in camp in Pamprama or Klaus Befa or Mokoye. Matisa argument is a form under 20 team without a player from Inter-Allies, Liberty, and blah blah blah. Liberty, they had players in Pampram. They came for them. Alhassan Oko Granada, he was in the team. And they were Abuchi, you understand? Inter-Allies, last month, they sold 2 players to, I think, Denmark or Sweden. They were in the team in Pampram. And then they were taken away by their clubs. What can you do? You cannot stop them. Because it is a business model. All I am saying is that we as an FA, our focus is always on delivering results on the pitch. The criticisms, Nipa, normal, misfeelings near the end of the year. But say what dream we find say they are all and no one are na in chachi bia ni bia na dane faculty kwan bia so all you do is to remain focused and get the job done. And for us qualifying for the AFCON, and then we have another opportunity for a trophy. And also say and that is what we are focusing on.
Harry, I hold this view, say, if you want to see the future of country be the national team, not the measuring, the qualifications and the youth teams, enya in qualifying for major tournaments. And share the new format yedibo the AFCON at the youth level, no, which is the zonal ones. Now since you know, Ghana yentimin qualify to AFCON or under 20 nida. How significant and the qualification to Mauritania 2021 no? A year one for Ghana football in a whole, then two for the FA who have been able to spearhead that qualification way.
I have a question. We have not at the continental level and not a higher year. We're talking about significance. And I say a Castilla mind backer. In the past, just as you said, the future of the national team is depending on qualifying your youth teams to major competitions. Sure. 2000 and okay, Manning Friendly 1999. Joseph Tukwufiode, Michael Essien, Ibrahim Atiku, Antonio Bodai, Lawrence Kenya, Owusu Banahene, Ishmael Adomuko, New Zealand. He could be third World Cup. See the second World Africa, and he could be third World Cup. We had that progression. After the core 2001 Argentina, even to the extent, say at some point, he was sports for choice. Ama, Dropo, Stephen Udro, Alstela, Ismail Ado. And not to be a but eventually that team made it to the final. And you lose to Argentina. Fast forward, Osamdo a chunk of that squad. Eko Mali 2002. Eko Sunholi Samba Nigeria share 1-0. And they exit quarter final. But share the progression of that team. By 2005, a chunk of them were mature to play in the main Black Stars. And then they called Germany 206. And then they hung it on until 2009. A son produced another breed. The likes of Jonathan Mensah, Andre, Inkum, Opare, and Co. And that squad also was as a result of Osam Dudu Juma or 2007. But she wait for the starting side Jumano. No call red card or Ivory Coast. And Osam Dudu take you over. You call Kegi or Togo. And also so they qualify for Korea 2007. And they are so and a body call Egypt 2009 Korean World Cup. It significant say we youth teams no year or national team so far. We youth teams no year or national team not ever benefit immensely. And that is the vision of the FA. So they said the Usia Brosan na foundation year weaker. We see where we let a Juego form. There is always the need to pay attention to youth development. And nothing after a long while, 5 years, you call any major under 20 tournament. And progressive, let alone to go to Africa. And we have my opportunity. Say after this tournament, we will assess the team again. And I was happy to hear Zito knows that there are certain areas that needs attention into Obeye Wejuma. And also another positive sign. And we have to keep an eye on this squad, not necessarily the 27 in Mali, in Benin at the moment, but this under 20 squad. Before a match, after a match, going into Mauritania and eventually to qualify for the World Cup. I will see a DNA, a year part, because just as you said, that is the future of your Black Stars. Last week, in one of the ESCO meetings, you have no idea. Dr. Randiabe Bre said this team has to succeed. And yes, for any personal gains, but for the national good, I was a team way succeeding. It means a lot to the FA. It means a lot to our football. Your football, no. Yanko major tournament, Bianco XLA, Ache. U29, you call me 2015 New Zealand, no cry. Australia, no cry. Yan Shada and Gufu Pebia. It's about time, I want to focus on this team, and no ya buta titi pa ye 200 more.
I mean, say football doesn't follow this logic, but say where a last group game a boy against Ivory Coast or share bako. Na this Burkina Faso team a Yekushiano in the finals. Share Ivory Coast by 4-1 to make it also to the finals. Now, I am Shishia Kakao Hose probably a bad thing for us to beat this Burkina Faso team. Oh, now, your spokesperson, you sure say idea you've got into camp, they've given you the atmosphere, no more preparations, and it does all. Say under 20 after today's game, you beat me. I left the Wafu tournament trophy. No.
Oh, there have been concerns about the team play. And then the way you didn't look sharp because over here of the 3 matches I have on, there's one goal in open play. Our precious boy share in the game against Nigeria. Ivory Coast share, Nigeria share, and we are in the final. Football follows no logic. It doesn't work that way. So, Ubi share 1-0, and they share 1-0. Team now they make a bonus share 4-1. A straight jacket set team no be show. I've spoken to the team this morning. Fortunately, President Ezosoe Benin Udrunra, they had the chance to meet the squad and the technical team. And Opey Martin said, "Camp okay," and the boys are focused. I also had a chat with the coach. Also, I'm a Marisha who said, Burkina Faso about 3 times, including last night. And every making sure said there I also edited to Hobia to be able to win. We sure say obedient and Kumbeche and the GFA quite. We can only be hopeful and optimistic, say, and Mantiano, Ebeti and area. From what I have picked up from Campono, it's just and that's all. And all we are hoping for, they say, no means available. Na, yes, say, team no be dinkunim.
We will wish the team all the best. Na Ghana for and so yeah, the Empire boy. I was here the time much. But away from Black Starlight, Starlets ne Omonsa and Semino this week, and FA Modebe Twabontin say the first draft from the Autonomous League Committee headed by Togbe Afedel Omo are submitted to the Executive Council. Henry Boyakaka, what does it mean? And stage bang and as our process to attain either autonomous or semi-autonomous for our league, drew with this submission of the first draft,
Oh, Ella, I am privy to a lot of information because I sit in all their meetings. First of all, Menkaze Ura Togbe Afede, and then in Pamfor, Dr. Kwame Banuako, the Lali Sinaya, Ura Ansa, our dwarfs, and then Dr. Tony Obin, our representative executive council on the committee. What it means is that within the next season or two, the league will go autonomous. They have put up a very sound proposal. Our mayor presentation for the executive council. All the proposals they have made are very, very cogent, highly encouraging. And I want to believe that for now, ESCO a steady document. Automatically, clubs that play in the league and are very affairs of the league competition, administrative, marketing, sponsorship, communication, and so forth and so on. Now, members who play in the league will become shareholders of the company because it will be a league company. They will run it like a league company. And so we're a member. You are not a member. You can say limited by shares, but you are a member because you are not a member limited by guarantee. You are a member limited by shares. And I say, relegation. you hand over your shares to the teams that have been promoted. There is also another proposal. I'll say, can we look at the size of the league and maybe expand it? That is also one of the things they have proposed. There is also the issue of sponsorship. What do we do? Maybe existing sponsorships will roll over until their terms come to an end. In terms of targets, what will be the value of the competition? They have something on paper that was also discussed. And when you put all these together, that these clubs have reps who are knowledgeable. And again, the FA has also brought into the idea, there was a league, autonomous or semi-autonomous. There are certain areas that will still be controlled by the FA because of the structures at FIFA and the statutes and regulations of FIFA. For instance, in June, the league company should run the day-to-day affairs of ABA, training of referees, training of coaches, appointment of referees, assessment of referees. No, FIFA frowns on those things. The FA must be in charge. Into those stuff, training, assessment, classification, and in full control. There is also the proposal. I say, okay, then how can we get the best out of our? Should we become full-time employees of the FA? Is the league company ready to make money available, or do they have the financial muscle to cater for need? So that is also one of the proposals that have come up. You should be meeting. Look at the way with brains like Tabano, Dr. Tony Obin, the Lali Senaya, with his finance background, Fede with his background, and all his life now. I am positive. This draft here, they be go through and check. Once they come into agreement, it will be tabled before Congress. Whether we are taking off 2021, 2022 or 2022, 2023. But the way I know my economy, may sure say enche.
Harry, nitia won semina woke kana e cho say enche. Ghana yenso so yebe hu ye league no in the light send ye hu South Africa, ye hu England, ye hu Germany. For purposes of emphasis, say ye see sa kwan no so a what will improve with our league, from the year say, and what will be the significant achievement? And I say, and you ma bena a babe survey with the current status quo of the way around the league,
Well, the clubs will feel more involved. The clubs will know, say, it is their company, it is their baby, and would mean say industry ebe grow and I say industry ebe stagnant. And media say the marketability and the commercial value of the product will show up. Again, it means that once it is a company, you will run with a budget and you want to make profit. You don't just qualify and play in a league. You qualify on merit. You become a shareholder of the company, and you would want to protect your shares. Another area, infrastructure development. How can we improve the infrastructure of your clubs? Not just administratively, but sporting-wise. Some of our league centers, what sort of face value any between them? Television friendly, because there are certain venues in the league are deserving to be on TV. But there is There is an infrastructure gap. I am a fault, and your fault, but that is what we have at the moment, and we just have to, use it as it is. But in all of these, you want to expose a product to the bigger world. You want the larger good of the product. You want more visibility for the product. The commercial value, the marketability, the product enhancement. I will say, feel no SSA. So that if somebody is in Vietnam and the person has subscribed to a Ghana Premier League product, not or share on the phone so or share on the TV so not or subscribe by paying money, it is worth the investment. And these are areas that we will veer into as we go along. For now, the proposals look good. Because the people who sat on the committee are men of value. And I am also happy to say the people who sit on the executive council are also people who understand the business of football. From Dr. Andiabi to Sami Nimado to Odro Safo to Dr. Tony Obin, McAddo, the vice, and the president. These are people who understand the business side of the game. That is where we are moving to. It looks promising, it looks very positive. I am sure Ghanaians will love, eventually, when all is said and done, now you're moving into a Ghana Premier League company. Like clubs, no never be running on Nyoma. The beginning will be a little difficult. People will be jittery. Hey, because it involves a lot. Even your infrastructure base, administrative base, the people you employ, because you need staff to run a secretariat. Will be done by the SA. All that will come up. But I can say confidently that what I have seen and what I have heard and the direction we are going, and
Henry, to my last question. Na yemfa enkomo ya yedi mrewe ye. Se me hwe baby a meti as a journalist. Na se me hwe leagues a yabo in the past and the way we've participated in it. My major problem, which I don't know whether I appear already in the books of the draft from the committee, any executive council, Mutebo no so as to the deliberations on it, and say, even in the current dispensation, the enforcement of your club licenses, has not been fully. And we are not getting the best out of your league, now talk about infrastructure and in Nyoma. Now, going autonomous or semi-autonomous is just accelerating the commercialization of the product Ghana Premier League, Se oko bebia omo practices adiena. There is what we call fit for purpose. Every club biano must ensure that you're fit for purpose to participate in that accelerated commercialized league, by providing a basic and meeting the standard of such an accelerated commercial product, Are we ready as Ghana Football Association and any members? Say, you better practice what we call fit for purpose, and any club will be on your fit to be part of the accelerated journey, Mubetime is bold to say you don't cut the standard, and that's na yenko ne build it, ne catch it up.
Ayala, this is a major issue, and I am glad you have raised this issue. So over here, in all the leagues you are talking about or you're making reference to, it doesn't just happen top. 2012 na me or Denmark. Na me call and club ya Ghana for club Norgeland. Na me no winning Danish league, Now in participating in the UEFA Champions League, they couldn't use their venue because UEFA said that venue is not fit for the competition. During the group stages, Omni Juventus, Copenhagen Stadium, our capital. Omni Chelsea group stage, Copenhagen Stadium, our capital. I think that year they played Chelsea Juventus. I've forgotten the other team. But the point I'm trying to make is that Sembrano Dawa, what you know, what I say. You know, the major problem that has to be addressed from Division 1. A major issue. But in most cases, clubs that qualify from Division 1 to the Premier League. A typical example, Boga All Stars. A major example to use this analysis. Oma qualify, Oma Baligim. We better say, so Oma qualify. And you're fault. Omu ni Paka. So Boga All Stars has to travel all the way from Boga to Tamale Annex for their home games. They didn't even have a bus to travel with. They did not have an administrative secretariat, let alone an administrative staff. It must not just be solved at the top. It has to come from bottom. Bottom neck approach. It shouldn't be neck bottom. And you say if it's stroke form, I will say free form echo stroke. And in one of the meetings of Tabuya Fede Committee, there is another committee share the downsizing of the Division 1 league. In one of the meetings, they invited the Division 1 league advisory committee to come for them to talk, and I was in that meeting. Senior Beya, Enkobase, Premier, Yeko, na Division 1 Aketri. Na fi ufi Division 1 na uba Premier. Na gap no ye kakaka. Senior wo horses here, because there is a huge gap between Division 1 and the Premier. Look at how we run the Premier League, even though there are challenges, and look at how the Division 1 is run, and how the challenges in here. West. To solve the problem, the first thing to do is to look at what you have, the product you have under the Premier League. So in England, for instance, there is not much gap between the Championship and the Premier League. Even they are Leeds United area, even though Leeds are a club. But when a club from the Championship qualify the back Premier, the more the back up, they keep it afloat, or signings, or improving infrastructure, or a whole lot with that money. Into the next one, to and second son our time the Premier Sikano at the account. So it means that the product is not affected. Stakeholders of the product look good. Now, shareholders of the product are also in a very proper financial situation and are in good standing. In the free championship or over Premier League, who they are doing signing quality players. No, but for good coach at Leeds, and the long and short of as someone present can say, very, very important, and I like what you said. Fit for purpose. Only way. You don't qualify to be a member of the Ghana Premier League company. And what they have proposed now, good. A Division 1 for also at the Omdewa Kahon. Now I should be a Ninuno Edishia. In Lucia, now commercially. It is able to match together and work together. Then we will look at how best we can marry the two. And last week, the Division 1 Advisory Committee was supposed to update Congress. And I want to refer to the week after Christmas. You make sure what they have. Compare that to what the Premier League have also proposed. Then I heard the way I have marry the two in terms of the viability and the commercial purpose and the value of the two products. Once that is done, the issue about promotion is also very important. It is Obesha, the reason for giving money to the winner of the various zones in Division 1, it didn't happen by accident. Ayala, President Emeki announcement, they now launching season. We are thinking into the future. At least Ghana, team qualify for Premier League. Yamano medal, Yamano trophy, Yamano Scribia. But how do they call it? How do they get themselves ready and prepared for the bigger stage? And for now, there is a prize money. And you will be, but it's better than nothing. If you're not to say there, and I'm sure we will tweak things as we go along. We have a commercially viable Premier League and we have a good standing Division 1 league. Two products now, or the coach Jomoa, Obitumiaton, the Sikabem, the clubs. It has an effect on infrastructure. It has an effect on administration. It has an effect on technical matters. So at least all the various facets of the industry are properly oiled for a good future.
Harry, me say and commodity financials here, especially with the autonomous league, you know, and send a medical can we all wish ourselves all the best. Under 20 finals are born and then now we're down for patrol laundry service. And so say menchia o emanunti. Harry, yeah, that's a powerful and pay a dajia when yama na one yetie for near her for a churchum como in share 104.5.
And come we say there, I was a dinner brown, and come on, they kind of saying, in punctual, but a brain the football, not a brown, I was here. Because I mean, that's the only way to make the league better and as I make the industry better. Engineers with them as a pay motons are at the frame. Hopefully by 5, may I sure say a better semper.
Sure. Tia that's upon Henry.
Okay, Henry Asante Twum, GFA Communication Director, and then the Nkomo. All right. Yanto some from free kotokodieno because under 20 them say I can't say be at the but